All right, foodie fans. So now we're going to do a macaroni salad. Let's get it going. All right, so we have our ingredients here. This is basically you're going to use these ingredients just as a measuring stick. You can add a little bit more, you can add a little bit less as you go along. Also with the seasonings. Now the first thing we want to do is we're going to add some dill relish, and this is going to give that little sour punch to it. But then we're going to add some sweet relish included. We have two types of mayonnaise. We're using real mayonnaise and also Miracle Whip, and we're going to add a little bit of mustard into it for a little bite to it. Now we're going to add some white onions, or you can use red onions. I prefer to use a little bit of both. And we have three different types of bell peppers. I think actually we have four different types of bell peppers. We have yellow, green, red, orange, and yellow. And here we go. We're going to add some celery to this. So we're going to get that nice little crunch to it, and we're going to mix this up. Now, you're just going to mix this up. You want to make sure that this is kind of loose. You don't want it real dry because you still have to add your noodles in. And with your noodles, the key thing with your noodles is that you want your noodles cold. So you're going to cook your noodles and they're going to be cold. So it's going to absorb a lot of the mayonnaise and salsa right in here. So we're going to mix that in. Now, as you notice, this is probably a little drier than I want it, but I'm going to mix it thoroughly first. Make sure I got everything coated, nicely coated. And since this is going to keep absorbing even after I put all this stuff in, I'm going to add a little bit more ingredients to it. So I'm going to mix it real quick, make sure it's good. And now I notice that's a little dry, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit more mayo. I'm going to add a little bit more relish. You can add a dill or sweet. Now, I'm always tasting this. You don't see me on camera doing it, but I'm always tasting my food. The worst thing you could ever do is not taste your food. So taste it as you cook. Make sure that it tastes what you're looking for. Now I'm going to add my fresh parsley in here, and I'm going to stir again. And I am tasting this consistently. I'm always tasting. I'm looking at it to see, okay, is this the thickness that I wanted? Is this as wet as I wanted? So I like mine a little bit more wet. So I'm going to probably add a little bit more mayo, a little bit more seasoning into it. So a little bit more relish, a little bit more mustard. So this is the one thing I love about this dish. You can really adjust it to your liking and to your taste buds. But this is a great dish to bring around, especially during the holidays. And if you're going to bring it to somebody's house, please make sure that you keep this in the refrigerator and it's nice and cold when you get there. But this goes great with some baked beans and barbecue, and especially when Christmas and Thanksgiving's around the corner, you'll love this dish.